Okay, what characteristics of water allow effective transport of nutrients around the body by blood? And you have three options here: solvent properties, thermal capacity, or transparency. So you've probably learned about this before. You should remember it from the very beginning of the school year if we did it by syllabus order. Water, let's see, transparency. What's cool about that? Well, I guess, underwater, you've got some plants and sunlight can penetrate through. That's why. Is that important for transport of nutrients around the body by blood? Last time I checked, the skin is not transparent and we don't have little photosynthesizing organisms growing inside our body. So it's probably not going to be transparency. I love these because now, because I know 3 is wrong, I can eliminate C and I can eliminate D. So flip a coin if you don't want to work anymore. But then we're left with solvent properties and thermal capacity. Obviously, you need to know these vocabulary words. I've emphasized this many, many times. But if you do not know your basics, if you don't know what this word means and you don't know what this word means, you're going to have a lot of trouble doing any of the more advanced analytical synthesizing type questions, especially in the data analysis in paper 2, and also for the essay questions or even for the options. The options are not going to ask you about this. Options are going to ask you about the specific options that you studied, so you can wait a little bit to review for that if you need to. But you do need to know these words. So whatever you need to do, if you don't know them, use some strategies to make sure that you know the basics. If you know the basics, then you can build upon that and be able to answer some of the more complex questions. Even multiple choice questions are fairly complex as well too, because they can throw anything in here from topic 1 all the way to topic 11. So you do have to know what's going on. All right, I'm done talking about that. Back here, we're talking about, let's look at number 2, thermal capacity. Okay, the idea that water can absorb a lot of energy and not change too much temperature. Well, that's also good for oceans because these fish right here, the energy that's entering the actual water here can vary quite a bit, but the temperature stays relatively constant. So these fish actually have a pretty well balanced environment, so you don't have much going on. So thermal capacity, that is pretty good. Also, here's my human picture again. So humans, when they sweat, this is getting worse. Humans, when they sweat, the water evaporates, and because these water molecules can absorb lots of energy, it can actually help to remove excess heat. And so you see people's veins sticking out as well too. That's not so important for transport of nutrients either. So probably not 2, which means B is out. My answer must be A. Let's check. What does solvent mean? Solvent is one part of a solution, and not a solution to an answer, but we're talking about a liquid solution for the most part. And a solution is made up of 2 things. It's made up of the solute, which is the stuff that we put in there, like the sugar in my coffee, and then usually it would be the liquid part, and the liquid part is called the solvent. So it's about the solvent being able to dissolve the solute, and the solute plus the solvent combined creates the solution. And the idea that blood can carry a bunch of things around the body is because oxygen can dissolve in there, is because carbon dioxide can dissolve in there, glucose can dissolve in there, I already said carbon dioxide. Anything we need to transfer around the body to be used by cells or to be carried away from cells for disposal purposes. So really, which characteristic of water really allows this all to happen? It's the solvent properties only. So that's why A would be the best answer in this case. Need a better looking fish over here. There we go. All right.